Alright, this is the fourth example that I'm going to do. First I'm going to do it the long way and then come back and do a perhaps a copy and paste special approach. Alright? Okay, now let's start with the product file. Right away, save it, file, save management, save as, desktop, new folder. Okay, video 6, and let's put the stuff in there. Okay, let's do the yellow part first. So insert a new part in there, and I'm going to call this thing yellow. Properties, yellow. This is going to be yellow part, and yellow. Okay, let's make it on a convenient plane. On that vertical plane, I will sketch. We're going to be doing a shafting operation, so perhaps the an easy way of doing this thing is creating the cross section, something which looks like this. Okay, and I'm going to dimension these things. Actually, why don't I move this thing to that location just for the sake of simplicity, or that's alright, we just leave it the way it is. Okay. So let's see now, this angle is going to be our beta later. This dimension from here to here is going to be our W later on, and from there to there, but the horizontal or a vertical dimension is going to be our H exit, and then we can shaft this thing. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is always 90 degrees. Yeah, that's always 90 degrees. So 90 about the z-axis. There we are. So that's going to be the yellow piece. Let's also change the color here so that it resembles the name. So there is your yellow. Okay, now let's go ahead and insert the other part. The other part is a cube. We were told it's a cube before the three sides are equal, except that there is a cutout like that. Okay, so insert a new part in there, and I'll call it the gray part. Properties. I'll call it the cube. How about that? Cube and cube. Okay, let's make it on a convenient plane. Say on this vertical plane, I will sketch my cube. Actually, it's going to be a rectangle like that. Let me dimension these sides, because they're all going to be equal, and they're going to be equal to what's going to be called L later on. Exit. There we are, and then we pad it the other direction by say 5, and that's going to be our L later on. Okay. Now the only thing is that here I need a cutout. Okay, so on that face I will sketch. Why don't there are different ways of doing it. One way is to make something like that. Okay, and then this angle later on is going to be beta, and this height I believe is going to be our h. Yeah, later on it's going to be our h. Exit. Now I'm going to remove this so you can make probably a groove. The groove will do. Okay, so the sketch is this, and the axis is Z. Yeah, okay, fine. Well, the sizes are not matching, but alright, so let's bring this thing there. Okay, and just so that we can see things better, let me move these things away from each other. This goes there. Okay, good. Now we go to f of x. Create, let's see now, 4 parameters, 3 of the type length and 1 of the type angle. So angle, this is going to be beta, just beta. And for now, I'm going to put 30 degrees there. And then the other 3 are going to be length. Just put this thing up there. Length. First one is going to be W. How about I give it 1? Then it's going to be H. H. I'll make it 2. And finally L, the size of the block, I'll make it 6. And now we're going to set up our equations. So if I click on this, I'm going to get all the dimensions for the different pieces. For example, if you look at this, this is going to be add a formula equal to L. Let's see now, this is going to be also L. Add a formula equal to L. The padded height is right there. Add a formula. Oops, not that. Okay, so I can't remember what we did already those. So this is equal to L. Yeah, that's this height. Okay. Oh, what I did this last one. This one I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did this actually. This one, the formula equal to rename parameter L. Yeah, I didn't. I don't think I did that. All right, now what else do we have? This angle. This angle is beta. Add the formula equal to rename parameter beta. All right, that takes care of the cube. Let's select. Okay, these are the dimensions for the yellow part. This is going to be the formula W. Okay, this is going to be H. The formula W H. And this angle is going to be beta. The formula let me see, make sure we get the right one. Which one is the angle that we want? This angle. Oh, let me cancel that. This angle. The formula equal to beta. Okay, so we say, right, let's actually check these, make sure that there are no issues. I mean, sometimes we make a mistake, you have to go fix it. All right, good. Let's check it out. Should I put these two together to see whether it's working actually or not? So coincidence in this edge and that edge. Coincidence this plane and that plane. And coincidence in, let's say, I don't know, this edge perhaps. Okay, so let's see now. This edge, this plane and that plane. Update, make sure it works. Whoops. Okay, you got to bring this thing down and put it there. Coincidence. Hopefully I have all the... Oh, it looks like there is a problem here. I forgot to do... This probably has to be H, right? So if you look at the yellow piece, actually, what are the relations? One of them I don't have. I have two things equal to H, and I don't think I've done either one of them, actually. All right, so let's go ahead. Now back to f of x. Let's go to the product level. And once again, I move these things because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. So there we are. Okay, so f of x. All right, let's do this one. That the formula equal to h. Okay, and the gray one, let me see, do I have the dimension from okay, I need this dimension to be h, and I don't think I have it. So that's okay, we took care of this guy. In that sketch, let me see, in that sketch on the yellow on the cube, there was a sketch that I used a groove. It's this thing, right? I want this thing to be H, okay? So exit. That must be somewhere associated with the groove. So we go to f of x. Okay, let's go to the groove there, and it's right there, right there. The formula equal to h. Update. There we are. Okay. So let's go ahead and check these things. I don't need my equations. Let's start with the beta. Beta was this angle here, so let's make it 45. Yep, it's changing. W is this height. Make it 2. Of course, works. H is this height, so let's make it 4. Yeah, as you can see, and L is the size of the block, so if I make it 10, of course, it's going to be a gigantic block, but everything else is okay. And there are assembly constraints are all okay. For example, if I did some rotation, weird rotation with this and with that, oops, with this, and update, if I put enough assembly constraints, it's going to go back to where it was. So that takes care of this problem without using the copy and paste special, and I'm going to do that thing next. So let me stop.